Hello my friends and welcome to Portfolio Reviews. I'm your host Julia Masalska. Welcome to the main channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Otherwise, enjoy the ride. So we have 5 amazing designers today that we are going to be looking through the portfolios with you guys. Thanks everyone for joining. Let us know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. We have Smart Boy saying hi. We have Jeff here. Good morning, Julia. And Vincent. Cool. Awesome guys, hopefully everybody's here whose portfolios we're going to be reviewing. You can find in the description their IG links, so make sure to check them out. All these amazing people, very talented. I have already kind of taken a peek at their work, so really cool guys. Let's jump right into my screen and let's take a look at their portfolios. So we have 5 amazing designers. One of them is Viktoriia Furdyn. Then we have Lucas Pereira. The third one is Yamman. And then we have Vincent Smith here, as well as Zarko Cvijovic. Hopefully I'm pronouncing you guys' names right. But ladies first, let's start with Viktoriia. Viktoriia is a really do designer. You can already see she's very talented. I really love the color palettes here in these projects. So guys, to get started, let's do a little intro because we're talking about portfolios in general. So what is a portfolio and what do you need it for? What to kind of look after when you're designing your portfolio. So I'm always telling my students that a portfolio is basically a collection of recent work, that reflects your current design ability and reflects your current situation and your current interest. And you're also showing the different areas of design that you are into, right? With your portfolio, you're aiming to attract clients or you want to apply for a job. So your portfolio needs to be on point to really speak to that person that's going to be looking through the portfolio, right? So either if it's a client, or if it's an employer, or if it's a university, let's say you want to apply to a university with a portfolio or an internship. So you would need, your portfolio basically needs to have everything that this person wants to see, right? And the person wants to see probably projects that go into depth with some research. As designers, it's very important to design for somebody, right? We never design for ourselves. We design for somebody to view it and to understand what we want to tell them with our designs. Correct? Hi, and Lucas is here. Awesome. So exciting to see your portfolio today. And we have Harsh joining and Fun with Trains. Hi, Zarko. Cool. Awesome. And Vincent is also here. Awesome, guys. It's cool to hang out with you. Awesome. Really excited. Okay, so we're starting off with Viktoriia, and I can already see Viktoriia has an amazing myportfolio.com site. That site you can make for free through your Behance. So those are projects that you put on your Behance and they will be automatically synced to your Adobe portfolio. This is really cool. It's free. If you have the CC subscription, you will have the option in Behance to create a free online portfolio. And the cool thing is here that it already looks very professional. Viktoriia has her name inside this domain name. It's always first name, last name, .myportfolio.com. I believe you can decide whether it's first name, last name, or if you want to kind of put your company name or something like that before .myportfolio.com. I have a site like that as well, mine is masalska.myportfolio.com. I think it's a really cool and quick way to make a portfolio. So if you already have a Behance, this is really great for everybody else who is still, presenting their projects through Behance. All right, so first of all, let's take a look at Viktoriia's, contact info maybe, or like a little intro. I would love to know more about Viktoriia, and I would love to, kind of figure out this personal aspect. So she has a little intro here and her contact information. My name is Viktoriia Furdyn. I'm a graphic and UX designer. Okay, that's already great to know because I, when I'm looking at the portfolio pieces, I'll already know, okay, Viktoriia is a graphic and UX designer, so she will probably show some of those skills in her projects. Designing graphics for print and internet. I would say, I would not call it internet, I would call it digital, because these days we even have things that are offline, you know, and I think maybe it would be great to say not internet but digital instead. I also provide user experience design services, helping with the development of digital products. I know that I can provide a fresh take and an extraordinary approach to every project. This is very confident. You really sound confident. I really love this approach, you know, of confidence. It's awesome. I'm always open to challenges and constructive feedback. This is great. No, I love it. Challenges are always great. I'm also really open to challenges because challenges will make you learn something. And it's great that you're showing this aspect of your personality. My main fields of work and interests are branding, visual identity, logo design, print design, web design, editorial design, illustration, concept art. Cool. I love how you are going a little bit more into detail and more into depth on what you actually enjoy doing. Really love that description. I think it's a nice length. I love how you're summarizing everything at the top, so even if you just read one sentence, you already kind of know what you're doing. But if you keep on reading, you get even more into detail. So I think this is really great. I love how you have it here in your contact info. I would maybe think about doing like an about page, maybe like with a photo of you, just if you want, no pressure here. But this is a really great description. I'm thinking maybe the typeface could be a little bit better legible. So maybe instead of using a light typeface, maybe use a regular. This will help because not everybody has eyes like me. Some people, you know, they'll be like, oh, what does it say? Especially I'm thinking of, you know, reading this on mobile devices, although I'm sure that myportfolio.com really does a good job, you know, putting it all into a mobile design. But otherwise, I love the hierarchy here. I love everything about this page. I think you're doing a great job. Now let's jump into some of your projects. And we have brand identity, which is something that I'm really specialized in. And this project, this first one, actually jumped into my eye right away because I love the typefaces here. I love the colors and the graphics. I think this is a really great modern looking project. And I love how you put it all together here. Graphics are great. Okay, let's see. The phone number here might be a little bit confusing, but we're not here to kind of go through your designs. We are here more to kind of see you know, how you put those designs onto mockups and how you are doing the presentation. So the cool thing is here on the Adobe Portfolio is that you can actually zoom into images and they're pretty large, which I love the fact that you can zoom in and you have exported your images with great resolution. I'm thinking maybe this tape is a little unnecessary here, or at least maybe you can apply some of the graphics to the tape. Otherwise right now it's just, you know, a little bit, why is it there, you know? So otherwise, I think this is a really great mockup, and we have another mockup here that's also, you know, very cohesive with the mockup before. The most important thing is when you're putting things on different mockups, sometimes mockups have different styles and different backgrounds. So I always recommend you guys matching those colors, and I think Viktoriia did a great job here matching all those colors. They're all grayscale in the background so that this yellow kind of always sticks out. I really love that. I think you did an amazing job here. And let's take a look at what this is here. I'm guessing you're kind of presenting some of the animations that you've created. Yeah, I think you did a really, really awesome job here. Animations are always great, guys. I'm thinking also maybe, Viktoriia, for this animation here, what you could do is you could put it also in a vertical format, kind of like this, so that it's also a little bit larger. Right now it's a square, I believe, so you probably formatted it to present it maybe on social media. So I would do the extra work and just make it a little bit larger so it's in wide format. And otherwise, I think you did an amazing job. I think this project is really, really cool. I would love a little bit of a description. So maybe there is a way to put a little, you know, intro into this project. What is this project about? Why did you make certain decisions? Who did you create for? Who is the target audience? Because here, I mean, clearly this is you know, for a young target audience, but it would be great to kind of see how you did the decision making in your design process. By the way, hi everybody who is joining us in the chat, and Viktoriia is here, Muhammad is here, Shafiq, Anandu is here, and Mustafa. Really cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so Viktoriia, I think this is a really strong project. I would maybe even expand it a little bit more. You know, show close-ups of the different collateral that you're showing, and a little intro would be, I think, great for us to understand what this is all about. Otherwise, the visuals, the graphics, amazing. I really love the animation here as well. You're showing that you have a different skill set there as well, an additional skill set. So I think you did a great job. Okay, next one is Risa surfaces. Oh, I love this mockup. I have used it myself actually. I would try maybe avoid, you know, using mockups that are being used a lot, and that's usually happening when you're getting the mockups from free websites. Although I don't think this is the most used one, I think that I have seen it quite a few times. So maybe try to avoid that. Otherwise, I think the designs here look very interesting and very unique. I love how you translated those, you know, this graphic here into different other elements here. I love how you have incorporated it into this magazine or something like that. I would also again love to know more about this project. Who is it for? What is it exactly? Let's zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, and also here the text is a little bit difficult to read for me on the business card. That's why I'm not even able to understand what this business is all about. Dress up, something about clothes, or maybe something about any kind of designs for furniture or something like that. That's what I would guess. But it would be great to have some kind of background in the beginning so that you kind of give this intro. Hey, so this design is this for this branding was made for this and this company, and even if it's you know, even if it's not a real company, even if it's just a passion project, you can still kind of make yourself a little brief to what you're designing for, right? Because this is where you base your design decisions from, and what clients really want to know, or people who will employ you will really want to know, is that you're able to make design decisions that are rational and based on certain my dog is Blondie, come here. She's making noise. Yeah, so I think this is a really great project. You did an amazing job with the mockups. Again, everything is very cohesive. And here we have some animation again, so let's take a quick look here. Okay, really cool. I love how you have incorporated with Vimeo. I'm thinking maybe there's a way to kind of to size it up a little bit on the sides, so it really takes up the format of my screen. Right now it's quite narrow, but I think this is great. I'm kind of liking this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think this works super well. Here also you did some social media posts or some templates for the social media, and you're always translating the same patterns, the same colors into the different mockups. So I think this is a really strong project. Again, here I would love some more detail. I would love to know a little bit more who this is for, and just, you know, what are your design decisions based off? What's the characteristic of this brand? All right, cool. Otherwise, I think this is great. Our t-shirt. Okay, these shapes and the graphics remind me of the first project. Really love that. Again, cool. So it looks like you kind of started off here, and then maybe you created a whole brand identity based off that design. I think this is really cool. I love those t-shirts. I would buy one. If I would see one like that, I will buy those prints. I'm hoping that you're making money with this already, because selling t-shirt designs is a really great passive income source for our freelance designers. So Viktoriia, if you're not doing it yet, you should do it. If this is your design, you should definitely sell it. I think this is great. This is beautiful. Awesome. Super cool. I love that. I love that mix of modern and antique. I really love the combination here. So Viktoriia, I think you have some amazing projects. They're just missing a little bit of a description. You're assuming that everybody understands what it's all about, but you know, I kind of understand, but some people might not. So it's always good to kind of clarify what this is for and what you did with it, basically. Cool. All right, classical music. Again, you did some amazing artwork, and it would be great to have some background. Maybe it's some kind of concert that you designed for, or maybe some festival or something like that, or maybe it's a passion project. and you were aiming to kind of experiment with certain things. Any kind of information is helpful for me to understand what this is all about. Otherwise, I think the visuals look great. I would maybe start the project with this image. I think this image is really strong and has some color. It's very exciting. It looks really, really interesting. This one kind of gives it you know, it is interesting in the beginning, but it gives it a weird kind of dynamic in the image. Here is a lot of white space, there's a lot of white space here. I think if you would start off the project with this image, it will be way more smooth, and then maybe put the mock-ups all together, one underneath the other, and then maybe add this one at the bottom to kind of close it off. But I see you're actually showing the graphic and then where you applied it, so maybe you can start with this graphic and then this one at the bottom. But yeah, I think this is awesome. And here again we have some animation going. Guys, animation is always great. If you that's cool, I like it. So you basically animated the classical music with motion. I love it. I think this is an amazing idea. I even will put this video at the top because this is what you want people to see, right? This is some specific skill set that you have and that you want to show off. I really love it. I think you did an amazing job. Again, here I would love a little description. Here I've created graphics and then I've animated them with classical music. Love something like that. Okay, cool. Neon. Ooh, this is awesome. I love how you know, the colors and textures played together here. I think you did an amazing job. Also keeping the mock-up simple. Loving it. Really, really cool. Amazing. No, this is great. I think this is, honestly, this is one of your stronger projects. This is really awesome. I love how you are playing with the circle in neon and filling it with texture like you did here. And yeah, this is really, really cool. I love it. No, I think your design skills are very, very strong, and you can definitely, you know, I would definitely hire you. So make sure to keep on posting those projects, and if you get featured, the chances are really, really good that people will reach out to you for. So also another thing that I wanted to mention is, make sure to always, you know, put in the work into your portfolio that you want to attract your clients with, right? So if you are putting projects that have to do with music, you will attract music clients. And if that's what you want, or if you would like to work for, I don't know, the food industry, put in projects with food. People who are in the food industry and they will see your portfolio, they will immediately feel a connection. So make sure to only put the work into your portfolio that you actually want to do. But I really love it. Techwear, okay. We have some UX over here. I love it. It's actually the last project. So I was kind of going through all of these branding projects. Here, this one is called Brand Identity. It almost seems like a category. I would give this project a name, call it maybe graphic design or something else, modern experiments or something like that. Because brand identity almost seems like a category. So when I click on this, I expect brand identity projects, right? And here we have brand identity projects actually. So make sure to, you know, actually give it a name, not just call it brand identity. It's a little bit misleading here. But otherwise, I think you have some really, really amazing work. And make sure to kind of always keep this layout of, you know, the two lines on the sides. The layout needs kind of, you know, running through your project. I think that would be great. Maybe you can put this experience that you have created here into a mock-up as well. Maybe you can even create an animation. So if this is, let's say, made for a mobile screen, maybe you can put it on a mobile screen and pretend that somebody's scrolling through it. So let it just scroll through the screen, and that again will show off your animation skills. Really, really cool. And again, here it would be great to have some let's see, website for the sale of urban streetwear. Here's a little grammar thing for, I believe the E is not necessary here. And techwear clothing landing page design with optimized structure. There's an E missing, minimalistic style. So I would definitely make sure that the grammar is on point and that you spell check everything that you write. Otherwise, I think this is really awesome. I'd love to see, you know, maybe a process of you creating some wireframes, and then you creating some, you looking for some imagery, some typefaces, and so on, so that you kind of get the idea of how these things come together and what your thoughts were in the process. Otherwise, Viktoriia, I think you're really on a really great way. Hopefully you can add some more descriptions and maybe organize the projects in themselves a little bit better, so that you're showing off the strongest skill first, and then, you know, maybe additional things. Cool. Hopefully, Viktoriia, this is helpful. And we're jumping over now to Lucas Pereira. Cool. So Lucas has a Behance portfolio. By the way, guys, Behance is a really great site to create your online portfolio. It's completely free, and then there's amazing other things like live streams. I'm streaming there as well sometimes from my iPad, doing some Illustrator, or I'm also working with Adobe on Adobe live streams. This is where you can learn a lot about design, and if you are, you know, into learning Illustrator, Photoshop, XD, any of these softwares, or even motion video, we do all of that in the live streams on behance.net. So this is a really great resource for you to kind of check out, you know, some of the educational content here as well. Cool. Lucas is from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Yes, I was there recently. Really awesome. I love Sao Paulo. I have one favorite restaurant there, Fazenda Churrascada. So in case you have the chance to go there, it's a really amazing place. Okay, cool. So let's take a look at some of the portfolio pieces, but first let's take a look at the intro here. It's me, Lucas, Brazilian designer focused on logo design. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Designer okay, so you have one in English, and I love how you are kind of approaching not only the American designers or people who speak English, but also the Brazilian designers. I'm assuming this is Brazilian. So you are sharing your WhatsApp number. Dangerous, because you know, people can use it for different other things. So maybe I would not share your WhatsApp. I would maybe just share your email. I think that will be way safer for you to for your personal information. I love your background here. I think this is so cool, and it's also matching up with some of the projects here. So I love it. I love this gradient in the background. It's so simple. It doesn't have no text. It's just looking really good. Okay, so we have some experience here. Auxiliar, XIS design. I'm not sure what XIS design is, but maybe it's UX design, or is it branding? IPCOM. Oh, I think it's the company, right? Auxiliar, the designer. Estagiario. So I'm guessing this is an internship, and this is an actual job that you have or had. You have some Facebook link, Instagram link, Dribbble, and LinkedIn. So let's take a look at your Facebook, because I'm always saying it's always good to share things that are relevant for your portfolio, right? I'm assuming this is more of a private kind of page. So I would recommend you just remove that Facebook, because it's your private information. It's your, you know, people will see photos of you with your friends. That maybe that's not necessary. For your portfolio, it's necessary to show off your work, right? Your design skills. So if you have work on Instagram or on Dribbble, I'm sure you have work on Dribbble. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, you totally do. So Dribbble is a really good way to kind of share some more of yourself, and LinkedIn is a really great page for professional connections. So if you want to share some links, share only the relevant ones. Don't share the private, you know, where you post your family and whatnot. Cool. All right, it's me, Lucas, Brazilian designer. Okay, we have gone through that already. All right, Lucas, I think your intro is really great. I would remove the Facebook from here. Now let's jump into your projects. We have Acerola. I really love the little elements that you have here. This is so cool. It's so fun. Loving the colors. Typefaces are amazing. I think the whole presentation that you have here is really well structured, because you have this flow of, you know, have this little intro page, some white space, and then we have some text, which gives me, which gives me catches my attention basically on this text. Acerola Studio self-branding. Okay, so you've created a personal brand. I really love these graphic elements. It makes me happy. Cool. And then international creative studio based in Brazil. So this is a branding that you have created for your own studio, I'm assuming. The name came from a very famous Brazilian fruit called acerola that makes part of the food history of the client's childhood. Really nice. Yeah, I love the connection that you put here, and also it gives a personal connection to this project. If I'm reading this and I'm thinking of this fruit, and I'm thinking of maybe people from Brazil have the experience eating the fruit from their childhood. So really nice presentation. I love how you're very detail oriented. Even those little transitions here, they have some graphical elements in it. So it's very exciting to look through this project. It's very colorful, but not too much. You know what I mean? The colors are a little bit more subtle. This yellow is not very bright. It's more a subtle yellow. It looks very warm, very inviting, and you just did a really great job with the presentation itself. Cool. Icons and shapes. Love that. I love that you kind of put categories to this. You're giving a little intro, then final logo, icons and shapes, colors. Love how you're showing the gradients in here, that you're not just putting them in a box, but really kind of creating this interesting shape for them, and showing the different color codes. Graphically, it's very pleasing. I would make sure that the color codes are all in line. From what I see right now is that this one is a little bit lower, so make sure they're all on the same line so that an eye like mine is still pleased. Cool, but otherwise it looks great. Let's see. Cool. I'm liking this. I'm not sure why I'm not able to scroll. Cool, awesome. I love how you don't even have to zoom in. Everything is in perfect size. Love the mock-ups here. Love how you picked the background color. It works super well. Love the t-shirt. I will buy this one as well. Thanks for watching. Obrigado. Love it. This is an amazing project. Lucas, you did a great job here. I really don't have nothing to complain. The intro is here. I'm sure everything is also well legible on the mobile. You're introducing me to every single aspect of this brand. The transitions are awesome. The mock-ups are great. Great job, Lucas. I have nothing to complain here. Honestly, this is an amazing project. I'm not sure why it's not featured yet. Have you put in the software that you've been using? Because that sometimes helps to get featured on Behance, and that's where you get the clients from, because features are the best source, honestly. Once I get featured, I get so many requests, so literally, and that really helps. So make sure to tag everything that you've been using, the software, put hashtags, select the different everything that has to do with project description. Do all of that. I think this project really deserves to be featured. Okay, next one is logo design, JGGJ Odontologia. Cool. I love how you're introducing the logo. Maybe a little description would be cool here, like you did in the last project. But the last project should be showing your current state of experience. So I'm actually glad that the last project is amazing. Cool. Love this. There are a couple jumps in here with the photos. I'm thinking that you can fix it. Also the white background. I think you did so much better job in your last project. But it's great that you have kind of learned from the past ones. I would expect some more description, just like you had in your last one. I would say your last one honestly could be an example for all of your projects that you're starting off. And just putting in a little bit of effort, really makes it so much better. Cool. This one is great too. Let's see your logo folio. I love that style. I really love your very vibrant colors, and I can see that you have some favorite colors that you're always reusing. I love that. I think you're doing a great job. It looks very cohesive. I would almost remove this project from the portfolio and I would keep these two first ones, because these two first ones, if they will be the two first ones, they would really convince me. I would totally hire you. This one in between was, nah, but I'm sure you know it. And once you kind of get a little bit more of a quantity in the project, you can allow yourself to remove one in between that's meh, you know. Let me know what you're thinking. Cool. Smart voice saying, Viktoriia, nice projects. Yes, totally agree. Awesome. All right. Muhammad is saying, hi Jay, background music has been increased instantly. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit lower. See, the thing is with background music is that background music is always different, because when we get songs from places, they're all different levels. So sometimes it's really hard, but bear with me, guys. Hopefully it's a little bit better now. Okay. All right. So let's, let me actually decrease it just a little bit. So it's definitely way less. Okay. Let me know if it's better now. All right. So Lucas, I recommend you putting this project by side and having these two being your first ones, because these two very, very strong. This one, I will give it an 8 maybe, while these are a 10. Okay, let's see, logo design. This looks great too. We have a little description. This is awesome. We have the, you know, your decision making, your design process. Love it. I think this is great. No need for any further, you know, description around here, because I understand that this was the process of designing and these are the colors in your design. Here we have this little connector between the mock-ups, which makes it look on purpose, which, you know, and also the mock-ups have this little slant here. Here we have a little imperfection, so make sure that there is no cut-offs. Otherwise, I think this project is also really strong. I love a vegan. Cool. Awesome. Love it. No, I think this is also a strong project. I really think that these three could be your first projects. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's take a look at Rangon. Pesa o venda seu. I'm not really good at it, but this looks great. I love the intro here. You have this little gradient going on. It looks very warm. I'm instantly thinking of food because you have this image of food up here. Love the typefaces that you have picked. Very well legible. I would love maybe an English description if you want to attract clients who are speaking English. Maybe it will be great. Otherwise, it's great. I love it. This is cool. I'm wondering what this grid is for, because it seems like none of the objects are actually following the grid. So I'm wondering, what is the grid for, right? So, okay. So we have some things that are matching up with a grid. But in most cases, okay, here we have some, in most cases it seems to be out of grid a little bit. So I'm wondering, or actually I think what's confusing here is that you have a white outline all around all the objects. So maybe it will help if this background is not white but maybe slightly yellowish or slightly grayish, so that you can actually see the outline, because otherwise you saw that I was a little bit confused. I could not see the white outline around the letters here, and that's why I was like, okay, so what's the grid pointing out actually? So this is one point here. Maybe the background could be slightly, you know, an off-white or anything that brings out the actual white from this outline here. Cool. Otherwise, I think this is great. All right, Familia Tipografica, rounds black. Cool, love it. I love also the little graphic here. Maybe I would, you know, slow down on the drop shadow just a little bit, and maybe make it drop at the bottom here. You can experiment with that, but the drop shadow here is a little bit too much, I would say. Especially when it comes to the transition from white to orange. The drop shadow is less visible here and more here, so it creates kind of like a break. Yeah, maybe, but those are really details. I think you're doing a great job. Otherwise, rounds black here, maybe you can avoid kind of this collusion of the two objects, because because this object is really dominant by itself, and when they collide, it's not very comforting for me to look at. So I would just make this typeface here a little bit smaller and make sure that it goes maybe until here somewhere. But otherwise, I think the project is really fluent, and I'm going from one interesting graphic to another. Really, really cool. Great. I love the visualization here. Love how you used PNGs and placed them like that. Again, we have some graphics that translate into the next objects. There's a really good flow of information. Love it. Love the mockups here. The size is great. Again, here this works really well. Cool. And then we have some applications of the graphics, right, on the different products. You did a great job, you know, incorporating the mockups into this presentation. I'm wondering if there's a way to unify the mockup designs, maybe with a gray background, because here we have some pink, and it's not even, I believe it's not even one of your brand colors here, right? So I would make sure that this pink maybe turns orange or some warmer color, or maybe even just a gray, so that it matches up to this one. And here again, we have another gray that's a little bit warmer combined with yellow. So maybe you can just make this one the same yellow as that. That will already bring a good connection. And here this orange seems to be, I think the background makes a big difference. It will make a big difference, because right now it almost looks pinkish here. But I believe this is really the background that's, you know, giving this pink touch, which is not really matching with the project. But otherwise, I think the mockups are really well incorporated into the presentation. Love the little final piece here, all color matched, even the nails. Really love it. Great job. Yeah, Lucas, so my tip for you will be remove this project, or just make it invisible, and make these 3 or 4 projects your first ones. They will be on the top line, and this is what most people will honestly look at, your recent work. They will maybe not look at your past work as much. But let's take a look at this. We have some we have some illustration work here going on, some posters, which I think are really, really cool. Maybe you should concentrate on branding if you really want to do branding, and just remove everything that's kind of not showing off your current skill set or the clients that you want to work with. Because do you really want to work with illustration clients, or is it just there for you to kind of show off the skill, which, you know, could be interesting for some, but for some they would prefer you being specialized in branding. So Lucas, hopefully this was helpful. I think you have some amazing work. Really loving your projects. Next one up, we have Muhammad Yamman. Cool guys, let me know if you guys just joined. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Awesome, cool. All right, so Zarko is saying nice work, Lucas. Yeah, Lucas is saying, yeah, I'm sure doing that. Most of my projects are a little bit old. I'm going to work on that. Yeah, just show your recent skill set, because nobody needs to see anything else. They will think that you are just an amazing designer, and you were always an amazing designer. They don't need to see your stuff from 4 or 5 years ago, right? Cool, Mustafa, really valuable and great tips. Thank you so much, Mustafa. It's great to have you guys here. All right, Rangon is my final project I made at college. Cool, awesome. All right, Lucas, hopefully this was helpful. Now let's jump into Muhammad's portfolio, and I see a lot of logo work here. Let's take a quick look at Muhammad's intro. Again, I love the background here. I see that you have incorporated your logo as a pattern in here. It's very, very subtle. Love it. It's very, very, it has, you know, a lot of mood, a lot of feel to it. I don't know how to describe it, but I love how you have to actually squint your eyes to be able to see it. Otherwise, I think this is awesome. Love your logo, by the way. I love the design of this. It's very minimalistic and simple. I'm assuming it says your name in here. Arabic is just so beautiful. Honestly, look at this. This is amazing. Cool. So Muhammad is a brand identity designer from Pakistan, and he's part of the Visuals group from Pakistan. All right, let's read a little bit of the description. I'm a brand and graphic designer based in Pakistan. I create research-oriented, original branding solutions and ideas for different brands, All my work is based on this logo design philosophy that a logo should be functional, simple, appropriate, and distinctive. My inbox is always open for constructive criticism from fellow designers, collaboration requests, or project invitations from clients. Feel free to contact me. Enjoy my work. Awesome. I think this is a really great description. It shows what you're into, and it shows even an own philosophy of what a logo should look like, or what it should, you know, function as. Really love it. I think it just shows that you're really into logo design and you really love it. Let's take a look at some of your projects. Cool. We have some animation going on that shows how you have designed the logo. I think this is amazing. This is a really great way to show you don't even need no text here to say, hey, you know what, I've created these lines and then I've a circle and whatnot. It just shows. And also this symbol reminds me of something with location. So let's see what this is all about. Prime point. Okay, cool. I love the way you incorporated the letter P into the logo. Great job. Idea, letter P, location. I can see, I was thinking about that already. Cool. And point, brand colors. Okay. Standalone mark. Great. Brand fonts. Awesome. Brand patterns. Great job. Animation. This is just, you know, what I expect to see when I want to see a logo design. I want to see some animation. I want to see a nice big presentation of it. I want to see some applications of the logo. This is awesome. Very minimalistic. I can see you're a very minimal designer, and I'm really loving this. Everything is very geometrical and clean. I love the design. Prime point, cool. I'm wondering if there is a way to describe this project. So what is Prime Point? What is there, you know, what kind of company is it? Even if it's not a real company, even if it's a passion project, just write, you know, just invent something. Invent a company that you have designed for. So let's say Prime Point is a company that will help you do this and this and this. And my challenge was to find a solution for their branding, to, you know, show this and this and this. So maybe that could be a little intro that you could put right underneath this amazing introduction animation, which is really powerful, and I think it works super well. Cool. This is a strong project, probably really reflects your recent skill set. Let's take a look at Jamia Muhamdia branding. And you are not a logo designer, you are a branding designer, because you're not only designing the logo, you never only design the logo, because you, as a designer, you take a look at the audience, you take a look at who you are designing for, and you're designing graphics for them, right? To brand this specific company in their minds. So what you actually are, you're a branding designer, and I would recommend you guys call yourself a branding designer. Why not take on a branding project for $3 grand instead of doing a $50 logo? Can you tell me why you're calling yourself a logo designer? Okay, so call yourself a branding designer and you'll get bigger projects. Okay, all right, so this is a logo design. This is actually a branding design, because look, it goes into the organization, the project. Love the description. I think you did a great job also with this little intro that again repeats the shape of the logo up here. Cool. Is an Islamic school which was established in 1967. Great description. We love I'm sure, I'm guessing you're kind of going into detail here. The project rebranding of is always challenging task. Yes, I think it's a great description. Maybe you can reduce it to a little bit less text, but otherwise I think this is really great, and I honestly am curious to know what this is all about. So I would just read all of this. Deconstruction of the logo. Cool. Yes, I think this is great. I would love to see the logo itself right next to it somewhere, or maybe this plus this is this. So that kind of gives a logic. Mark variations. Love how you're showing the colors here. Love the really subtle shadow here. It almost reminds me of, you know, really modern UX design. Cool. Cool. Colors. Great. I love how you again are reusing the shape and how you're putting the color coding information into that. Maybe maybe I would write, this is, I'm assuming RGB, so I would write RGB is this, and so on. So just describe the color codes, what they actually are. English fonts, cool. Yeah, the challenge is Arabic fonts. I'm sure it's really hard for somebody to design well if there is not a lot of choice. How do you guys even do it? I'm sure there are a lot of Arabic fonts, but there is probably way more, you know, American fonts, which I don't know. I think it's a pity. It's a pity. I don't like it. I also know that there are not a lot of Russian typefaces. I'm from Ukraine, so how do you manage it to not have so much choice and to still be able to do a great design? And I think there's a lot of potential if some of you are, you know, specific to certain languages that are different from American or from English. Why not create a font? Why not design a font, guys? I think this is really great approach, especially if there is not so much out there. Cool. Arabic fonts, awesome. Urdu fonts. This is really cool. Love it. I can't really read it, but to me it just looks really appealing, and I think you did a great job combining those. Here also in the logo, again, your very minimalistic style is very, you know, it's different. In the mockups, again, I was saying that earlier to Lucas, make sure that the color tones are similar, because here we have this blue tone that has a lot of green. I would make sure that to take out that green from here and to keep it more colder blue, you know what I mean? So here again we have some green going on, although this is the brand color, so this is actually fine. But here I would definitely maybe even shorten up that mock-up. I mean, you don't need to see all the structure here, right? Just make it a little bit shorter, cut this top part off. Also, it saves me a lot of scrolling. But this mock-up here is great at the bottom where you're actually showing the institution. Really cool. Okay, this is cool. I'll maybe make the pens just a little bit smaller, but I get the idea. Cool, this is awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a strong project, honestly. Doing a great job. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Muhammad is saying choosing an Arabic font is difficult and choosing an Urdu is even more difficult. Yeah, so guys, get into font design. This is your chance to make money. People will buy off your fonts just like that. There is barely any competition. Am I right? So why not get into that? Cool. Awesome. All right. Egg-type is a great foundry from India, and you can check out their website. Arka Prabha, thank you so much for sharing this. This is a really awesome resource. I think we should, you know, specialize into those things and share with each other. I think this is really great. Cool. All right. So this project is really great. Muhammad, I think you're doing a great job. Honestly, I can see you have a very distinct style and you are very minimalistic. Let's take a look at this project here. Targlow. Cool. Brand name Targlow is a combination of two words, target and location. Cool. I also love how you're shortening up the R here that goes into the G. Great job. The logo looks very friendly and a little bit, you know, how do you say, not vibrant, but it has some motion in it. As if you look at the letters, they are not all in the same angle. It gives a little bit of friendliness and imperfection and motion. I love how you're connecting the letters here. I think it's a really nice logo. Concept. I use the item most associated with the courier services brands, the delivery box, as the base idea for the logo. Target logo has a minimalistic frame of delivery box with a tape on it. Nice. I love the concept of this. I think you're doing a great job also describing the concept. It also shows that you really thought about it and you really did not just design something, but actually thought about it. Mood boards, I think they're a little bit tiny. Maybe you can put the mood boards a little bit larger. Cool. Otherwise, I think this is great. You're showing a lot of different mood boards. I'm wondering what they're... Okay, so speed, energy, dynamic shuttle, delivery box, parcel, gift. So there are different concepts that you are kind of summarizing in the mood board. I would keep them simple. Honestly, just make some slides or just one slide that shows all of the different mood boards and make them a little bit larger. I would say there's a lot of white space around here. You know, it makes me scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And you want to keep my attention, right? So you want to make me see something and be like, okay, fine. And then see the next thing. Okay, fine. So you want to keep my attention here. And scrolling, the more I scroll, the less attention I have. The more time passes and I'm getting bored. So I will make sure maybe to minimize the mood boards to one big one, but make it nice and large. Or maybe, you know, create some animation there. That would be interesting too. Cool. Okay, this is cool. I don't see the context here of the pencil because this does not look sketched, you know. I would rather have a picture, a self-taking picture of yourself, how you're taking a photo of your sketch. I think that would make more sense. This just does not look real, and do you even need to show this mock-up? Is it necessary? Okay, all right, this is cool. Again, your minimalistic style is coming through over here. Logo proportions, nice. I would put the logo proportions right at the top, right where you're showing the concept. Why not place them right underneath to see how you actually use the concept and place it inside the logo? Cool, cool, cool. Brand colors. Okay, this is nice. You did some animation here. Okay, this is cool. I like that. This is interesting. It's a little bit slow in the beginning. There is a lot of nothing happening, and then there's tuck, 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 tuck. You know, so make sure to, when you're creating an animation, leave some, you know, space between the different images, but where there is nothing, keep it as short as possible. Like this space right now was a little long, but otherwise I think this is just a great, interesting visualization. And also it makes me want to scroll down because you're showing me this arrow downwards, right? Scroll down, hey, go, continue. Also, there's quite a lot of white space underneath this. Again, try to keep the presentation compact and powerful, so there's not too much space everywhere. And if there is space, you know, why not put one of the brand colors in the background? That will make it more interesting. And I will basically see one color white, one color white. I think that will make it more interesting. Standalone mark, color grayscale, black and white. Great. Patterns, cool. And I love how you're putting the mock-ups at the bottom. I think that's the way to go, honestly, guys. When you're having a case study like this, break it down in the beginning into colors, typefaces, logo. How did you create the logo? What do the symbols mean? And so on. And then in the end, you're showing the mock-ups, how you actually apply this brand design to different objects. Cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think, honestly, Mohammed, you have very strong projects. I would just work on the presentation a little bit. Make sure there is not too much white space. Keep it exciting, less scrolling. Yeah, otherwise, I think you're doing a great job. Keep it up. And greetings to Pakistan. Oh, awesome. Next up, we have Vincent Smith. Vincent has a really amazing looking portfolio already. I have some projects that jump right into my eye, and it's this one and this one. Those look very, you know, interesting graphically. And we have some music stuff going on, Art Basel. Cool, my mind through posters, interesting. Let's take a look at your intro, Vincent. Cool. If you just joined us, let us know in the chat where you guys are from, what are you up to, if you are working on your own portfolio, and so on. So, cool. All right. We have Arka Pravda sending a lot of stuff. Tak, 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 tak. Yeah, exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. Tak, 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 tak. Okay, now I'm spamming. Yeah, no worries. You're good. Okay, Muhammad. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad it was helpful for you. All right, Vincent, let's take a look at your intro. And it says that you're a photographer and graphic designer. Well, that explains all the photography work here. This already looks interesting here. I wanna take a look at that. Okay, so Vincent, you're sharing Twitter and an Instagram with us. Let's take a look what your Twitter does here. If it's relevant for us to see. Is it relevant for somebody who wants to hire you to see your Twitter? If not, maybe you have another page, maybe like a Dribble or anything else that will kind of give more value to your projects, or maybe just a LinkedIn profile that people can go onto and see your professional background and maybe read some recommendations from colleagues or something like that, or see your articles that you have posted. So if you have anything like that, I would rather, you know, put in a LinkedIn page instead of a Twitter. But if it's relevant, so let's say you have an Instagram with a lot of visuals, with a lot of daily work like here, I think this is relevant, and you're also showing a bunch of other work here. So I think your Instagram would be relevant here, whereas the Twitter might not be. But you decide what's relevant for you, what you want your clients to see, or people who look at your portfolio, right? What do you want them to see? All right, cool. And you are a freelance photographer, super cool, and freelance graphic designer. It's always a great combination of photography and graphic design. Cool. And here we have a little summary of your experience: Relax and Shop Boutique, photographer, web designer, web developer. Cool. So you also know a little bit more about web design skills: Illustrator, Lightroom, Photoshop, Premiere Rush. Great. No, I think this is awesome. It's a great summary. Now let's read about you. College student that's diving deeper into their creative side, constantly learning new things and widening my palette to build up my portfolio. Oh, by the way, guys, you can't see it because I am on that side and I'm covering it all. All right, so constantly learning new things and widening my palette to build up my portfolio and become a better creative. Would appreciate any form of constructive criticism for my work. So I would say college student who is diving, because you're a person, right? You're not a thing. So I think you should say who is diving deeper into their creative side, constantly learning new things. Otherwise, I think it's a great summary. And for a student, you already have a lot of projects. That's really, really awesome. Cool. And I would also love to know what you're studying, because you're not specifying anything specific what you're studying. I'd love to know that. Let us know in the chat if you're here, Vincent. That would be great. Cool. All right, let's dive into your projects. Love the background here, very minimalistic. Love your image here. It looks very artsy. It shows right away you're a photographer. And here we also have a My Portfolio site. So why not check out that one? Oh yeah, see, why didn't you send me your My Portfolio site instead of your Behance? Okay. All right. So I love the way you have structured your work here. Photography, which is probably your main focus, graphic art, so your secondary thing that you're doing, about me, contact. Very simple. Nobody needs more, right? And it's very tiny. It's in somewhere at the top. It's not even dominant at all. So the first thing when I open this page is photography, concert, right? So this is what I see. Let's take a look at some of your photos. I always think that event photography is really challenging, because you really need to, be a pro to be able to capture all the different facets between light and dark and so on, and the colors in between. So I think this is a really challenging job to do. And I think you're doing a really great, amazing job here. Not just showing the crowd. Usually if we have some concert photos, we see the crowd or we see the band, but you're really showing the atmosphere. And the atmosphere is actually what matters, right? The feel of when you're there. Really cool. I love how the two images connect with each other. I really love that. I think this is really, really cool. I'm wondering if this is one image or two, or how did you connect them with each other? It looks like you've kind of melted them together, but I'm not sure if that's not just one image. Cool, I love it. Again, you're doing an amazing job here. Awesome. And it's not noisy. Usually images like that get really, really noisy, but I think you're doing a great job. Again, showing some really good, you're showing the mood of the place. Love it. Cool. Great. Now you're showing a little bit of the crowd and the lights, how they're kind of blurring into each other. Really love it. Cool. This looks very interesting here. Very vibrant. And you can see some arms up here and some heads, but cool. No, this is great. I think you're doing a really great job with that. If I would be if I would be looking for a photographer, I would definitely consider. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, okay. So again, back to photography. Cool. I think your photography projects seem really nice. Let's take a look at some of your graphic designs, because this is actually what I'm specialized at. I'm not really good at critiquing photography because I'm not a photographer. But let's take a look at some of your graphics. This looks really nice here. I love the noise that you've put in here. Cool. Love the animation. Great job. A layout is awesome. Typefaces are great. And presentation is also awesome. You're putting some excitement in it with your with the animation here, and the animation has a relationship here. Look at that. How cool is that? We have the colors popping up with a piece of the text popping up in the same color. I think this is really cool and unique. I love it. I have not seen this before. 3 stages of paranoia. Cool. This is really unique art. I have not seen anything like this before. 3 stages of paranoia, and love how you having this, you know, background, like a shadow, or, you know, like a copy of the text down here. Cool. I think you're really good at this. Honestly, I think you're really good at graphics. Let's see what else we have. What kind of projects we have by Vincent. Cool. We have some alpha posters. All right. Okay. Cool. I love, honestly, I think you're really great at it. I just want to know, who do you want to work for? What are your perfect clients? Who will be your perfect client? Miami Flow Art Festival. Now, I think this is something for you. I think this is exactly the client you should be looking for, because you have this very artsy side, plus you are really good at photography. Cool. Love the matching colors animation. Lucas, yeah, I totally agree. A really great job here by Vincent. Miami Flow Art Festival branding concept. Cool. Now, this is something a client can start working with. Miami Flow Art Festival. Love the little graphics in here. Let's take a closer look. I love how you can close up on things here in the portfolio, and you can actually scroll or click through them. Great posters. Cool. Yeah, Vincent, I think you're great. I love the application of the mock-ups here. Maybe I would, you know, reduce a little bit of the saturation here, make it just a little bit darker. This does look a little bit overlaid. This looks very natural. Cool. Is this even, I think you've overlaid this, right? Or is this an actual image? I'm not quite sure. Cool. All right. Great. Okay, yeah, I think this is totally your thing. And you know, festival branding could be something you're probably interested in. If you're interested in music, in graphics and posters, this is it. Cool. Let's see what this is. My Mind Through Posters, Volume 1. Okay. To the Moon and Never Back. I love this little element here. It gives it a great hierarchy, because first what do we read first? The large text, right? The large text that pops into our eye, or something that's right at the beginning of something, of a poster, or you know, let's say we have a letter. Where do we start? We start at the top, right? We start reading the top lines and we're going from left to right. In Arabic, we go from right to left. By the way, have you guys ever checked out the Arabic YouTube? Guess what? The video is on the right side and the chat is on the left side. While it's because the UX is made for people to understand it better. And if you're on a daily basis reading from left to right, you will start in the left top corner, in the right top corner. So in Arabic, you read from right to left, and us in the US, we read from left to right. So we will start reading a design from this corner up here. Whereas in Arabic countries, they will start reading the design from up here. So make sure to design for the people who you're designing for. And if this poster was in Arabic and it would start up here, I would be concerned. So, but this is all about hierarchy. We're here for, you know, looking through the portfolios. So, but I think the hierarchy in this poster is really amazing. We have this large typeface that's, you know, very visible at the first sight, and we have this secondary information that's really tiny and it's almost fading away. Really great job here. More and more 2020. Just when I think it's over. Cool. No, I like it. I love the way you've divided this. I think this space around here makes it exciting. It's really interesting to look at, honestly. I'm not sure if this makes any sense, but I think it's cool. I probably says more and more, right? More and more. Yeah, it says more and more. More and more. Anyways, but I think this is really cool. It's the white here in comparison with this dark color in the background almost looks like it's glowing, right? It's really sticks out, and with the dark theme here, I think this is great. Her name is Sarah. Cool. I would like to see some mock-ups of these posters. Vincent, if you have the chance, I would mock them up so that you can actually see them in context. How would you use those posters? Love the style here of sketching on top of, you know, some vector graphics. Makes it really interesting. It makes it more, it makes it deeper. It makes me want to look at this longer. I want to try to understand how you did it. That's why I'm kind of trying. I'm looking at it longer and longer, and you're catching my attention. Harsh with yourself, living off the reality. Okay, my personal history with dealing with my own mind. Cool. Your hierarchy is great. Posters are awesome. I would definitely make sure to mock them up a little bit. Create some, you know, visuals that show how these posters are being applied, maybe on the wall or somewhere else, so that it kind of gives this reality feel, and you can actually imagine this poster in context. Cool, Vincent, I think this is great. You have some amazing photography work, you have some graphic design work. I would love to know, what do you want to specialize on? Because do you want to do more photography and less graphic design, or do you want to do more graphic design and less photography? In this case, I'm assuming that you are concentrating on photography, but if this is not the case, then I will put the graphic design first and then photography. So everything has to have a purpose, right? We organize our things purposely. And here we have Vincent also on Instagram, vincesme.art. All right, Vincent, great job. I think you have an amazing portfolio. I wanted to take a quick look at this series here. Love the background that you have picked. It matches with a dark theme. Okay, you're describing your equipment here. Really nice. Cool. Here the photo, unfortunately, okay, so once I zoom in, I'm able to see the whole thing, but while scrolling through here, it doesn't fit on my screen, so I'm not actually able to see the whole photo at once. So maybe if you want, you can create some kind of gallery style images put together, and then the person can click on them and really go through them in depth. But this is great. I think you're doing an amazing job in photography. I love your projects. Cool. Maybe there is a way to, instead of describing the equipment, which is interesting to know, but maybe you can describe the event. What is this? What is happening here? What was your aim to show? What did you want to show with this series of photography? Maybe some deeper thinking about this before and after. Maybe there are some things that you've realized. That all will be interesting here in the little intro, having some kind of emotional connection to the project. Cool. Vincent, I think your portfolio is really great. Congrats on all the great things that you're up to. When sharing your portfolio, I recommend you sharing the My Portfolio site. I think it looks more professional. It really reflects your style way better than Behance. But I think you're doing a great job. Cool, guys. All right. So last but not least, we have Zarko here, Zarko Cvijovic, with some amazing art. We have some digital work here. We have some UX work. We have some illustration. Looks like we have some iconography. This project looks really, really interesting to me. Town icons. Would love to see that. This would be the first one I would click on, honestly. How are you all doing in the chat? Natalia saying, I love your work, Vincent. Yay, cool. Mohammed is also saying you're a great artist, Vincent. Yes, yes. There is some more description for the projects on Behance. Okay, cool. All right, great. Love the matching color. Okay, we had that already. And yeah, Smart Boy is also saying nice projects. Yeah, and isn't that great to, you know, see at other people's projects and get some inspiration and understand how they put things differently. I think this is a really great way, and I'm really glad that I can, you know, hang out with some of you guys, even though we're just 13 right now, but I don't care. I don't care. I think this is helpful, and I think you guys can hopefully benefit from this session. Okay, Zarko, let's get started with you. I love, first of all, the illustration in the background. I think it looks really, really interesting. It shows right away you're into illustration. So let's take a look at your first project, Bambino Pregnancy and Baby Photo App. Oh, let's quickly jump through your about info here before we start looking through the projects. UI UX designer from Belgrade, Serbia. Awesome. I would maybe avoid from Belgrade, Serbia, because it already says it here. So why put double information, right? I would just write UI UX designer, and then it would say Belgrade, Serbia. Just make it a little bit more clean. Cool. And then we have this designer. Okay, self-taught designer and maker. Okay, interesting. What does maker actually mean? I feel like it's very, very broad and general. Maybe you can specify what exactly you're talking about. I'm a designer, problem solver. I've given up on titles. I do what's fun and needs to get done. Okay, I get it. I get it. So you don't want to be titled as, you know, UX designer or anything like that, because you enjoy different things. I love my job. I'm never bored. Time is my enemy, and I use Behance as a resting place for my unfinished projects that are waiting for some better days when I'll have enough time for them. Here you can find some of my work that actually saw the light of the day, the one that I had enough time to create a presentation. Currently, I'm focused on user experience, and I work in healthcare company, and you won't find any of that work here. Yeah, I see it. My question is, why are you putting the work in, you know, creating presentations on Behance? It seems like it's just for fun. If it's just for fun, then, you know, you can do whatever you want. Most of us are actually creating portfolios to, you know, to attract clients. Maybe you want, are you actually interested in getting some freelance work? That's a question maybe you can put yourself. Would you be interested in exploring different job positions? That could be, you know, another way to use your portfolio. Or maybe you want to connect with people. That would be also a different way. So you're kind of showing in your description that Behance is a platform for you to hang out and just, you know, put up some of the projects, and it's not really serving any purpose except for socializing with other designers. It's fine, but I will need to kind of accept this perspective and take a look at your portfolio with that perspective. Cool. All right. So, all right, let's take a look at this. We have cropping, crop, straighten. So it's like an image editor, it seems, adjusting images. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a mom who wanted to share the joy of motherhood with the world. She wanted to share the pictures of her baby, but the pictures were not enough. She needed something more. She wanted to add some text, there is some grammar here, some text to tell the story, some filters to emphasize the emotions, to place some artwork which goes along. She wanted to be able to edit unfinished stories. It had to look gorgeous in all social media platforms. Cool, I love the little storyboard. I think this is really cute. The illustration that you're making, I think you have a very distinct style, and I think you should use it to your advantage, because look how good you are at this. Check this out. This is so pretty. This is so cool. I think you can do more with that, honestly, than just let it rest on Behance. It had to be easy to use. We have a whole story going on, which I think is amazing. It's a really, really great idea to kind of create a whole story around your project, because why not? This is a, you know, it's a very kid-friendly, it's a product that has to do with kids, even with babies and with their moms. So it's kind of like a storybook that I'm kind of getting guided through this project. So it's really, really nice. I really like how you put so much love into this presentation. Take photo or select from camera roll, apply filter, add some text and artwork, save and share. Cool. I love the hierarchy that you've created here. As you can see, I was able to have the right flow through all the different steps. So you did a great job here. Cool. Artwork, artwork, artwork. Okay, so you're showing different kinds of artwork that you can put. This is really cute. No, I really love the thinking here and the project itself as well. Nice. This presentation is honestly really amazing. I think you did a really great job here. Even the font had to be extraordinary. And gentle colors. Yeah, I agree. I love the animation here of the colors, where you're showing kind of how they play together. The color palette. Cool, thanks for watching. Yay, I'm really liking this. I think you did a great job here, and you know, showing step by step through the process, telling a story. The mock-ups are very cohesive. I really can't complain. I think this is really fun, and love the title image here with the little berry that kind of starts off the story. So I think this is really cute. I really like it. Okay, I want to look through the town icons here that are so far at the bottom. My favorite places in Montenegro: Sveti Stefan, Crna Gora. Okay, cool. I love the illustration style again here. I'm sure you can do so much more with this, honestly. Zarko, I think you should really think about it. Cool. And I'm thinking you're probably discovering some opportunities, because otherwise, why would you submit the portfolio here? And why would you want feedback and, you know, improve? Maybe you just want to, I don't know, maybe you just want to connect with people. But I think you might have a little, you know, feeling that you should explore some opportunities in this field, because this is really, you have a certain talent in illustration, and you're doing a really, really amazing job. I would love to know, Zarko, if you're here. That should be last. Yes, freelancing is one of the reasons, but I won't stay in shape, so I do a lot of different projects. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. This is nice. Okay. So, do you enjoy your job? Is my question. You want to stay in shape with certain things, but do you not practice them on a daily? That's sad. I would love to see more of this. Anyways, let's go through this here. I love the little dividers that you're putting. They're all, you know, play together, and the subtle shadows that you're using. I think these little what's it called? Stamps, post stamps. Sorry guys, my brain is already a little bit slow. Post stamps are they're looking great. I would totally buy one of these. This is really cute. Okay, you're showing all the different places, and with this very distinct illustration style. I really love it, and I think you can do so much more with this. Anyways, don't miss the blue thing. Yeah, I didn't miss it. Cool. All right, great. I think this is really, really awesome. And let's take a look at this one. So you say you specialize in UX, but I think the combination of illustration and UX is so good. you can literally, you know, benefit from both of these at the same time. I'm wondering if that's something that you're doing at your job. The post stamps are awesome. Lucas is saying, yes, I totally agree. I think Vincent should do more illustration. It seems like he's not doing enough illustration in his current job. Cool. Buy and sell used cars. An iOS app. Lane. Lane is an app that lets you connect with other private individuals to buy or sell your used car online, yourself and on your own terms. It's straightforward, fair and secure. Oh, Zarko, I have another tip for you. So if you enjoy just sharing your illustration process and stuff like that, and if you just really want to connect with people, what you can do is you can apply for live streaming on Behance. And then you can stream right from your iPad, or if you have any streaming software, and you can create those illustrations. I'm sure you will get so many people that you can connect with through that as well. So if that's your aim, I'm satisfied with my job, but I'm looking for something more where I can work on different projects. Okay, that's cool. Vincent is saying these mockups are really nice. Yeah, totally. I really love this very clean mockup style, and you're doing a great job just, you know, visualizing all that. Cool. All right, it's straightforward, fair, and secure. I think the size of this description is really great, guys. So if you want to create a description, keep it, you know, a 3-line description. It doesn't have to be very long. Just needs to give the general information of what is the project about. Target users, cool, male, female, age. Again, you can see that you're a UX designer. This is how you kind of show yourself in your visualizations here in the infographics. Great, I think you're doing a great job. Targeted users, love this little illustration here on the side again. Pen and paper, high fidelity wireframe. Cool, love the process, love seeing the process. So if you all are into UX design, show the wireframe process, why not? There, you know, it can still be very interesting. Here is Zarko, I'm thinking it could be a little bit larger because you can't really see any details. Yeah, although, I mean, it should be enough actually to just get an idea of what exactly that is, and you can also zoom in. So it's good. I also love the background here. It kind of makes the computer stand out a little bit more. So this is great. Typography, bold and bold, medium, regular. Cool. Color. Love the way you're showing the colors. It has this specific style that you kind of put into it. I'm wondering if this texture can also be applied to the logo or to different other elements, because here you are applying this texture. If not, maybe just keep it simple. But this is cool. Stadtflitzer, City Cruiser. Hello Mia, what are you looking for? Discover cars for your lifestyle. Cool. A little animation would be so cool here. Something that kind of like slides through the different options, right? Cool. Familienkutscher. Cool. I love also the descriptions. They're combined with the typefaces. I think they work really, really well. With the photos here we have some family happening here, and the typefaces just work super, super well that you have picked. Really nice. Welcome. Make a great listing. Buy with peace of mind. Designed to help you save. Cool. Home screen. What are you looking for, Mia? Okay, this is nice that you're kind of going into the detail. You're actually showing how that all looks. I would love some animation here, because I feel like that would really enhance the experience of, you know, just showing the same type of mockup that you were showing at the top. Maybe, you know, just scrolling through the page or through the different navigations. Cool, great. Again, I love your illustration style. Fair pricing on Lane. Cool. Great. Wondering what this top part here is. This part, it's a little bit confusing because you can't really see the top of the page, but I don't know. Maybe there's a better way to present this part, you know, to kind of really show where it's coming from. How do you get there in the navigation? That will make it easier. Maybe you can make just a whole animation of the interaction in the app. You can create those with Adobe XD, just prototype the whole thing and then just record the screen while you're going through that. Cool. List your car yourself on lane free of charge. List your car in seconds by entering your license plate number. Again, love the illustrations. I feel like this is where you put most of your love, honestly. It's great. Okay, all the screens. This goes really into detail, but I love it. I think it's relevant for UX designers to really be able to see your projects into detail. So for all of you who are UX designers, take a look at this project. Take a look at the breakdown here. Thank you. Cool. Very nice. And now we can even go ahead and download the app and check it out ourselves. So Zarko, I think you have some amazing work. I would love to see some of your process, how you're creating the illustrations and stuff. Maybe you want us to become a streamer too on Behance. That would be a cool addition. Why not? Cool. All right, guys. So my belly is already hungry. I'm going to have some food now. Go ahead and check out the description below. You will find all the people that were here today on and their portfolios, their social media. Make sure to follow all of them. Follow me right here at Julia Maselska on Instagram. If you want to have your portfolio reviewed, if you just jumped into the stream and want your portfolio reviewed, go onto my Instagram. It's also linked below in the description, and send me a private message with your portfolio, and I'm going to put you on the list. We're doing these reviews almost every Friday, and I'm trying to take my time to really go into depth in your project and really, you know, break it down and help you make it better. All right, my friends, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a happy Friday wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.